Friends, it is Sunday, maybe Monday when you're listening to me here. I still got the crud. I know, I still got the crud. I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm drinking tea. I'm playing a lot of Elden Ring in the bed. I can't do this. But tomorrow's Monday. I'm excited. SoFi's got earnings tomorrow. We've a big week in the market, honestly, big week in the market. But talking about SoundHound, talking about BigBear.ai, BigBear here. Let's, which one? I see a lot of people, because these are two hot AI stocks that are getting a lot of attention, that have a lot to prove here in 2025. I think that's pretty safe to say. They're a gamble still. These are two stocks that are a gamble. One of them is a little safer than the other one, which would be SoundHound. Let's break them down. Let's talk about them a little bit here. I don't want to keep your time here, and I'll try to make this short and sweet to the point of what, at least what I'm thinking here with holding, because I do hold both these stocks. I would tell you these are things that I'm holding in my portfolio for quite a while here, and they're risk. They're a gamble, even SoundHound here. So let's go right into SoundHound and kind of, mix it all together here in a bowl and see what we come up with. What does this taste like here? So SoundHound, obviously, SoundHound has just almost hit this $25 price position here not long ago, just weeks ago. Okay, and when it did that, we were like, oh my god, it's great. But SoundHound got a lot of hype around it. SoundHound came in with those Q3s that were really good, the biggest they've had, and then they acquired some more deals on top of deals they already had, and then SoundHound was just getting a lot of attention. Then we saw AI, come back in here now, and now you're seeing Trump come in here and say, hey, we're going to put $500 billion in AI with that. So there's a lot of AI talk right now, and a lot of AI stocks are they're just jumping through the hoops. They're jumping past a lot of other companies that are like, well, I'm actually making a lot of money over here. But AI companies, even ones that aren't doing that well, are even in debt. BigBear, are just like running past other stocks right now that are struggling, to get somewhere, and maybe even they're doing better financially. So SoundHound specifically here, SoundHound is finding itself in a lot of different avenues of business right now with what it offers with its bread and butter project, with their voice AI automated system. They're in the car industry, they're in, fast food industry, doctors' offices, they're all over the place. They're all, and this is a growing thing that they're a part of right now with what they offer. So with that too, Trump obviously pushing AI, and then what did Trump also say? He said this in his inauguration speech, that I think it was the inauguration speech, but anyway, he said this recently, where they were pushing the automobile industry a lot more to come back into the United States. That's not really a big secret. I mean, he's been talking about that for a few years now, leading up to the election and now winning. So could that happen? Who knows? Maybe. But SoundHound is pushing its product into that realm, which is big. It's huge, and it's only going to grow too. So, I think with SoundHound here, the next big thing with SoundHound here in 2025 is SoundHound solidifying one huge deal or partnership, something in there. Now, obviously, NVIDIA has already, twice in 2024, the beginning and the end of it, you put in a huge amount of money into SoundHound twice. So that's good, that's great. And NVIDIA, SoundHound, they're tight, they're buddy. Obviously, SoundHound, what SoundHound makes in a quarterly is, peanuts compared to what NVIDIA makes in a quarterly. It just is what it is. So for SoundHound right now to keep this maybe even $10 to $15 position that it seems to be looking at right now, these next quarterlies to wrap up, 2024, they need to hit. They need to be good. They need to be as good, if not better, than the last ones they just saw, which possibly could happen because, even when I was yapping my gums about SoundHound here, like in October, September, somewhere around there, SoundHound was already projected to double quarterlies, if not triple quarterlies in 2025 here with what we were already seeing back then, not to mention what it's already acquired since then. And with all the new hype, the people, all these new investors in SoundHound here that are like, I really like this company. It's really neat. And SoundHound is neat. It's cool. So, and I dare say a lot of people invest in stocks just because they're interested in them. It is one thing just to like be in the stock market and put your money into Walmart. It's like, yeah, I invest in Walmart. It doesn't sound that cool, but it's Walmart. It's always going to be there and it's safe investment. But it's not that fun, but it's, it's like, or like in Home Depot or CVS. Yeah, they've got a great dividend, but it's not that exciting. I think a lot more people would like to be in something sexier and riskier, and then, that's why you find people in these younger companies. These it could go either way. Like SoundHound here, it's doing good, showing good. It had a good year. 2024 was a good year for SoundHound. It really was. And we could be an even bigger year, which SoundHound themselves even said, hey, things are coming around here. It looks like we are expecting a really good year here, and that's why it's getting a lot of attention. That's why the stock is staying up here around this high position. Even SoundHound was falling apart there, looking like, okay, we may be going back to maybe $11 range here. With what we got here, it fell down to right under $14, and then we just had a day there where it shot up to almost $18, just to end the market week here. And of course, too, Trump came out with that whole thing of they're going to put $500 billion into AI. So that shot up every AI stock around the board. Friends, I don't think SoundHound, as what we can see right now, is a bad investment. I would tell you, though, if SoundHound does not nail these next quarterlies, SoundHound will sell off to $9 to $10 more than likely. But that's a good position for SoundHound too. That's an okay position. $9-10 is a lot, because 2.5-3 months ago we were struggling to keep SoundHound at a $5 to $6 range here, and SoundHound had all that stuff going on then. If SoundHound can at least just do good, have a strong these last quarterlies to round out 2024 here, $10, that's a good position. Maybe $13-14 on a really good day. So I think that's kind of what it's doing right now. It's pricing in what it thinks is coming here. And if 15 is the high, 10 may be the low. Does that make sense? If we can see these next quarterlies really do something good here. So I think 2025 is going to be a great year for SoundHound. Now, is this going to be, a millionaire maker stock right now? There's not a lot of proof to show that. It's fun. It's interesting. It's really cool. It's something fun to be a part of. And they're doing well. It's a growing company. They're in some really growth season right now, which is exciting. And there's probably a lot more to come. I still think, I stand by what I've said this for a while now. I do think SoundHound's going to be the dark horse of 2025, where it's going to just come up out of nowhere and people are going to be like, oh my God, that's that SoundHound company. When did their stock go to X? I think that will be the conversation further we get into the year. And like I said a minute ago, SoundHound is but one big deal away, one big partnership away. A partnership that leads into a deal. What if SoundHound, has some kind of huge deal with another AI company, maybe something like Palantir, maybe something like Nvidia. There's a bunch of them out there. There's a lot of big AI companies out there that they could do something, or just maybe they get a government contract. I don't know, just something really to really seal earnings here into 2025, where people go like, okay, they just got like a $500 million or $1 billion deal, which would be huge for SoundHound. That's a huge deal for SoundHound. That's not a huge deal for like Palantir or like Nvidia. That's not a really big deal for them. That's like peanuts to them at this point. But for Nvidia, for SoundHound here, if they were to get like a $200 million, $500 million deal that lasted for a moment, that would be huge. It would be game changer, like overnight. This stock would fly to some new numbers. So that's one thing to really keep in the back of your mind, where it's going to take some patience, it's going to take some time, but that is a situation that it is very realistic what could be happening here with SoundHound, more than likely. Now, talking about Big Bear, I just talked about Big Bear not long ago, but Big Bear, as you know, if you don't know, Big Bear is my wild card of 2024. It's pretty much my wild card of 2024, 2025, and 2026 here. But obviously, being in 2025 here, Big Bear is my wild card. I started buying the stock around $2, putting in large amounts of it, and every time it goes under $3, I'll add some more. I'm okay with that. So before I go into Big Bear here, let me give my big, red flag to you. Big Bear is a complete gamble into this year. Okay, it has a lot of problems, a lot of debt, a lot of unknowns where it's going. But on the other side of that knife here, double-edged sword, it has good things. There's positives. There's things that are attractive about it right now. And that's where me as an investor, I have a bunch of solid investments where I go like Nvidia, gonna do great. Meta, gonna do great. A slew of ETFs that I'm in, they're gonna do great. Tesla, Palantir, SoFi, other banks, other AI companies that are established and just continue to grow. AMD, chip makers. Those are things that I have, marked, positions in, okay, with money. And then I go, well, I'm feeling a little frisky here. I want to get into some, things that I'm going to pull my hair out about, that I'm going to I don't know what's going to happen here. I like to take risk on the market. I like things that are, that aren't guaranteed in the market. So that's why I come here to Big Bear. Now, talking about Big Bear, I'm bullish on Big Bear. Long term, okay? So, and why do I know when I say this, you guys go like, why do you keep saying bad things about Big Bear? Because I have a YouTube channel where I yap my mouth, and if I don't give clarity, people would just like, well, he's talking about Big Bear, I better buy a lot of it. If you buy Big Bear, you need to realize that it's not a guarantee that it's going to be a good year for you, okay? We're still hashing out the minutes of what's going on with Big Bear. So I just want to make that known, because a lot of people listen to me, like more than I ever thought. Like even if I get a video that has like 10,000 views in one night, I'm like, whoa, I didn't know that was coming. So that's 10,000 people that may have just heard me go like, here's that buy Big Bear. Here's what I'm saying. Okay, so Big Bear. Big Bear is something that I have made a position in, but bullet points of what I would hope for Big Bear this year is that they pay off debt, they get a few more big government contracts. Their new CEO, Kevin, does a great job this year and does interviews. Please, Kevin, if you hear this, do interviews. Please talk to your investors, talk to people, hype up the company, say you're going to cure cancer, whatever you got to do here. Just talk about your company and what you're doing. It's so great when CEOs come out and do that. So with that, Big Bear obviously is coming off this, it's coming off this government contract that I got that's going to last for a few years here, okay? It's a huge contract for them. It's almost $200 million, okay? Now, like I said, that's not a lot. So Big Bear coming out with these little snippet things right now where I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Following the breadcrumbs, we're seeing a little bit of news. And obviously, too, a lot of this is on the fact that Trump has come in. He's pushing this AI narrative. He's investing large amounts of money in AI. Palantir, what they offer is very hot right now. So it can leave a lot to the imagination of that there's more to come this year. So with that, like I said, I'm not expecting at the moment, I'm not expecting a lot out of Big Bear this year. For me personally, what I'm expecting out of me is that I can make a pretty nice, push into Big Bear here. Under $5, obviously I said, under $3, I'll buy as much as I can. But under $5, if I can get a nice position in Big Bear here, in which I'm building up, that is something that I'll be happy about, because I do think as we go more into this newer generation of the stock market with technology, everything. And we're already seeing that AI companies are controlling the markets, all around the world. And we as the United States, we have the biggest AI companies, and there's going to be more to grow. Even if the worst case scenario into the future, maybe Big Bear would be bought up by another AI company, which, then my shares would, go up a little bit and they would be bought out by some other big AI company. Who could that be? I don't know. But that's just that's another wild card, okay? And that's kind of my thought right now. It's Big Bear's a chance to me. It's a chance that something could happen here, that Big Bear could get more government contracts. Big Bear could really start to pay off some debt. Big Bear could get into a position maybe two years from now, a year, who knows, where it could become debt free. Maybe by this time next year, the stock could be at a like $8 to $10 position. Okay, that'd be great. I've tripled my money at that point. It's not much, but right now, my main focus is that they keep doing just little things that are positive, little things that add up, okay? And that the stock will continue to move up slowly. If Big Bear can stay at this $4 to $5 range, which it's looking for a $5 range, there's no doubt about it. Big Bear is in this position right now where it's in $4 position right now. It's looking to get to a $5 range. It's already touched 480, and there's no doubt that probably we have another good week in the market somewhere. That's we're going to see Big Bear break into $5 to $6. I think that's very possible. I think that's possible 100%. And two, don't forget March 4th, I believe it is, Trump will be giving the State of the Union. Well, what do you think Trump's going to talk about in the State of the Union? He's going to talk about stock market. He's going to talk about technology. He's going to talk about $500 billion that he's putting in the infrastructure of AI and that he's pushing AI. He's going to talk about Elon. And it's going to push the market. It's going to push AI companies. So too, with this, I do believe that there will just this hype will attach itself to Big Bear. So if you can get in at the right price for you to where you feel comfortable, it may turn out good for you. So if you like risk, you like chance, you like, I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I'm just going to take a chance. Big Bear might be for you, but why I say it's a gamble. It's a gamble because they got a lot of debt. They haven't hit quarterlies. They haven't done anything that great. Now, Big Bear has been having, let's say, it's been doing better on quarterlies where it's been where it's been in a position where it's been almost touching something that it could get here to where it could be proud of what it has, but still not, hitting a lot here. But two, Big Bear's come out and said here, they've given statements where they say like, hey, we believe that we're going to have a good year in 2025. Of course, they're going to say that. They're not going to say like it's going to be a pretty rough year. But, right now there's a lot of buzz, a lot of hype around Big Bear. And for me right now, being in around this $2 and some change position, wherever I've landed here, I'm happy with where I'm at, okay? I'm happy with where I'm at, and I'm going to stick around here for a minute and see what continues to happen here. So I'm excited. If you're in, Big Bear right now, I think you should be excited. It's fun. It's a unique little thing right here with Big Bear. It's a older AI company. It's newer to the market. It's starting to get some attention, starting to get some some big money eyes on it. And it's a wild card here in 2025. And I like risk. I like taking risk in things. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. I'm going to keep talking about it, even if Big Bear sells off to $1.50 here. I'm going to talk about it. And I'm fully aware that Big Bear, it could sell off. It could sell right back down to $2, okay? And guess what? I'd probably buy some more. I'd probably buy more because it's I think it's going to be a up and down year. But like SoundHound, Big Bear itself is but one big deal away, okay? That government contract that they just got not long ago, that pushed the stock from that $2 position all the way to this almost $5 position now, okay? Imagine if they get another government contract, and that's a very real thing because, there is like this thing once, a company, AI company specifically, gets a government contract, they usually get more on top of that because, if they keep doing good work, they get more and they get more. So that is a very real possibility that they will get another one. Who knows? We can only hope so. Friends, like I said, I don't want to talk too long. I wish you all the best of luck. It's going to be a fun day in the market tomorrow. We're going to see what happens here. SoundHound, SoFi could go to $20, $25 if we see a banging quarterly in the morning. Who knows? Or it could just have some sell-off, and then, in the next weeks, it could just start, pumping itself up into a higher position. So, friends, take care of yourself. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.